Hi, it's Maureen Legas, and today we're going to talk about custom search strings. So let's see where we are. Okay, who am I? KW Approved Trainer, eEdge Ambassador, MC Tech, former engineer and tech trainer, and realtor. So it gives a little bit of background on where I come from for the presentation. Okay, what we're going to talk about today, what are the custom search strings? Why do we need them? How would we use them? And then how do we create them? So we're going to start at the beginning of what the heck are they? So what custom search strings are, they're specific MLS searches. So let's say you have a buyer that's looking for a particular house in a neighborhood. They might say to you, send me every house that you have in Greenbrook. So you would go and do that search for them and send them those properties. They might say, send me every single family home in Greenbrook, or send me every single family home between 200 and 400 in Greenbrook, or send me all pool homes in Riverwalk, or send me every foreclosure in Sarasota. So those are specific search strings, and we're going to talk about those. That's what they are. How do we create them? What do we use them for? And that's the focus today. So what they are, they're specific. They are used to direct the consumers back to your website, and they are used for lead capture. So that's the key to this, lead capture. What we're trying to do is get people back to your website, and both websites, if they're set up properly, the eAgency, which was your original website, and eEdge, both of those are really good for lead capture. And so that's what we're trying to do, is make a string that gets them back to the website. Okay, so here's an example. This is on my eEdge website, and I go search for a home. So here's an example, is in 34202, let me see if I can make this bigger. In 34202, single family home, resale, foreclosure, or short sale. That's the whole string. So what does it look like? Well, when they execute that, they're going to come up with 186 homes in 34202, starting with the most expensive first. So this, if we place this custom search string, if we place this string on a blog or in a tweet or a business page, then we're going to have the consumer come back to this page. So we're going to talk about how we create that and how we place it. Okay, so why do we need them? It's the 3 L's, not location, location, location. It's lead capture, lead capture, lead capture. And that's why it's important to learn and embrace custom search strings. All right, so how would we use them? On our websites, now let me go see if I can find my website. I think in here, this is my eAgency website, and at one time this picture wasn't here. I'm experimenting with new layouts, but these search strings are here on my main page, and this is just a table with a bunch of words in it, and the words link back to a search string. So here's Anna Maria, here's Bradenton, all the way through, and then short sales, foreclosures, Lakewood Ranch searches, Northport, and it's just all these different various search strings. So that's how they would appear on the website. Homes for sale in Lakewood Ranch, homes on Siesta Key, condos on Longboat Key, foreclosures in Sarasota. That could be on your website. You can also put them in your email signature. So on every email, it could have your name and your business and something that says, find your next dream home on the beach, or find your retirement condo, investment property, whatever it is. You can put that in the bottom of your email and attach a link to it, so when someone gets your email and says, I wonder what it would cost to have a beach house, and they click it, it will bring them back to your website. So if you blog, which I think is one of the best lead generation tools, if you blog, you can put links on your blog, also directing people back to your website. So for example, I think I have some of my blogs here. I have, this is a piggyback blog which is just framed in on my, this is my e-agency website, and this is the blog on my website. And so I will have things here on the blog, like here, Lakewood Ranch, Florida, contact the Florida Gulf Coast Group. And this image, you can see, is an actual link. When I click that image, it's going to take me back to a landing page with property. If I come down a little further, it's a great video. Here's a map link, short sale property in Mayaca. So I click that, brings me back to my website on a landing page. And when people start looking at this, it's going to ask them to register. So that's blog. Here's another blog. This is a listing blog. And if I click get the current price, it's going to take me to a landing page for this property, ask me to register, and then it has all of this information here. Search all homes for sale, search homes close to where you work, blah, blah, blah. So I click search Bradenton homes for sale, and when I click that, it brings me back to a link on my website. So it's all about getting back over to your website, and this is how we would use it on the different blogs. Okay. In Craigslist ads, you might have a Craigslist ad that says free list of foreclosures or short sales on the beach. Or let's look at some of my Craigslist ads. I get a little creative with my titles in Craigslist. So here's some of mine. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue, like the song Green Acres. So what would that be? Well, they click that, brings them to this page, which is the country club. Country club living is the life for me. So that's one of them. It'll bring them to that, and then this will link them back to my website. Let's see what else I have. Official listing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, moving to Florida, use our free tool. So here's an image that I put in here showing some great information that's available on my website. Click here to see how your hometown compares. So I'm going to click there, and it brings me back to that report, that page on my website. Okay, your Twitter posts. If you're using Twitter to post, and you should be, Twitter Google reviews Twitter, I think, about every 2 seconds. So that'll help with your rankings if you're tweeting. And you could have a new listing tweet on Twitter that'll be a link back to that listing on your website. In your Facebook business page, you really shouldn't be doing real estate on your personal page. So you should have a business page with a different picture of you, a more professional picture, and the tweets coming off of that should be your business tweets, business links. And so you can post on your business page. Maybe you have an open house in Greenbrook. It would take them back to that particular property, showing them what's open, and that gets them onto your website. All right, so now we're going to get to how we create it. Can anybody else think of ways that you think we could use custom search strings in your business to help get people back to your website? No, I thought of everything. Anybody else have any other ideas? Okay. All right, so if you do, just let me know. Put some note in there. So now we're going to talk about how we actually create those, what we do. Yes, how much is your home worth? So that, now if you do Craigslist posting, what we do, if you're on the Craigslist and you want to get folks back to your website for seller ads, you might put some of those, like Kelly Taylor just said, let me just read it exactly, like what is my home worth? You can put some of those on the finance or services page, real estate services. Try those locations. You can only, I think, post 3 ads on services every 48 hours or something like that. So if you're doing a lot of Craigslist posting, you have to be careful of how many you're trying to post there. But you can do a what's my home worth, a CMA kind of post over there on the services page. Okay, so how do we actually create them? So this is my eEdge website, and up here it's find a home. It's a search string on my eEdge website. So let me go back here. So let's go, I'm going to go to my live eEdge website maybe. See if I can do this. This one I might be signed into. Let me see if I'm still signed in here. Yes, because if I don't sign in and I try to show you, then what's going to happen is it's going to ask me to register. Okay. Yeah, Anya says use multiple accounts on Craigslist, which we're not allowed to, so that's why I didn't say it. Craigslist makes us sign that we're following the rules, but you know, if that's the case, you can maybe have multiple Craigslist accounts. All right, so here's my page, and let's say I want to create a search string. Go over here, more options, and here's everything. So this has all property types, but let's say I want to see if I can entice people to look at beachfront foreclosures. So I'm going to get rid of the rentals and commercial, residential income, all of these lots, family, multifamily, maybe a condo, maybe single family. I'm going to get rid of the resale or new, and get rid of the lease and auction. So these are just distressed, foreclosure or short sales. And then on the beach, let me think of what the zip code is down there. 34228, I think, is Longboat. Yep. So I'm going to do Longboat Key. And I don't care about prices, but let's say I want at least 2 bedrooms on Longboat Key. And then I do a search. So here's everything. I fill out my form. This is the easiest way to create a search string, custom string. So you fill out the form like you're searching your own property website. And you want to sign in so that way you can continue to do this without the system telling you you can't. So what we do is we fill out how we want the search string to be, and we click search. And then here's 12 properties. You want to have enough properties that this can live out there for a little bit of time. If there's only 1 or 2 properties and one goes pending and another one doesn't come on, the search string won't go anywhere. So you want to pick something that has some amount of homes. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at the options. I want a little more than 12. So this is 2 bedrooms minimum. So I'm going to say any just to see how many I get. Still 12. All right, so you might want to play with that. 12, I wouldn't go below 5. 12 is okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. So here's a foreclosure. These are foreclosures and short sales. And then at the very top of the screen, I don't know if you guys can see this on the image. Can you see where I'm clicking at the top of the screen? Let me know if you can see this. The address bar. Yes, okay. So at the very top of the screen, you're going to click the address bar. Let me go back here because it's not selecting it. And you're going to right-click and copy it. And that is your custom search string. So let's say you have an email and you want to create a new email. And at the bottom of the email, you want to put beach homes. I'm going to say search all beach distressed property, because it's condos too. Then I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to go up to Insert Hyperlink, and I'm going to put the hyperlink in there. And now in my email, I have a link, and that's going back to searching all distressed properties. So if I click that link, it's going to take me somewhere to the distressed properties on Longboat Key. So I could change that up a little bit. Let me go back to this email. All beach, all Longboat Key, because this was Longboat Key, distressed properties. The other thing you could do is on your blogs. You could blog about putting, let's go back to the blog. This is my blog, Active Rain. So on your blog, let me see where, new blog, homes for sale. Let me see if I can find other blogs here. Okay, so lakefront rental, short sale process, any of these things, you can put a link in here that you could blog about Longboat Key, where it's located, put some pictures in a blog just about the area, and then in the blog you can have some links. This one here just has some information, and this itself becomes a link. You can do that, or you can put the words in your blog. You can use that link for your Craigslist ads, and that's what I do. When I create my Craigslist ads, I am using that link that I created in searching this page. I just pull the link that's at the top. Now, that is one of the easiest ways to do it. Just go to your own website and search. Now, you can do that too with your e-agency site. If you go to property search and you search for a property in your area, and then you create your own search again, then take the search string from the top. Now you can see what the search string looks like here. If I start to add, let's say I'm going to add just Manatee County, you can see the search string changes. Where is Manatee? Oh, that's a city. County, Manatee County. And then the cities in Manatee County will show up eventually. Okay, and let's say I want Bradenton Beach, and I add that. And I want Anna Maria, and I add that. I can add all the beach locations. And Holmes Beach, and I add that. And then I come, well, I add it. I said to add it. There we go. And then you come down here and click single family homes, and then you can click distressed here. And then here's a picture of what that looks like. So you can take the link from the top, because the link, well, wait a minute, you have to click search results. And then that changes the link up here and creates it to be just these results from that page, from that search criteria. You can now I use something called the Snipping Tool. Is everyone familiar with the Snipping Tool? Wait, Anya, you said you just had a picture in your blog with KW Lakewood Ranch and other office listing. All right, let me go back. Some of these blogs are old, and it could have been when I was at the KW Lakewood Ranch office. So that was mine, KW Lakewood Ranch. That was my listing. And then this one was a different agency. At the time when we were doing these blogs, when we first started doing, so do as I say, not what I do. When we were first starting to do these ads and blogs, we were told we could pull out images off of our sites, and that's what I was just going to talk about with the one I was just doing. So this one, this Amberjack, was my listing. This one was not. Oh wait, this wasn't my listing. I had a different one on Amberjack. So neither of these were my listings. We were told we can pull the pictures out and capture it and use it as an image. We can't do that because we were told that we could because they were on our website and we had an IDX agreement. That's not true. We have an IDX agreement for that website. We are not allowed to take that IDX off the website. So this is something we used to do and I stopped doing. So what I was just going to show you real quick, whatever I was just producing, let me go back to this page. What I was just going to say is the snipping tool. So I use what's called the snipping tool, and if you look in, if you haven't used it, if you look under all programs and then you look at accessories, you'll see there's something, most of us, it depends on the version of your operating system, have what's called the snipping tool. So I use the snipping tool, and what I would do would be I drag it down here to my toolbar, and I click the snipping tool, and I say create a new one. It makes this light, and this is what I used to do. I used to just pull these, and that would be my ad. Because this showed up on my website, I thought it was fine to use that because I had approval for IDX. It's not fine. We can't show other people's listings. So what I was going to suggest was, instead of doing that, what you want to do is, before we click search, we had the image. Let me go back here. I'm going to go back to property search. And if you want to put an image on your posts, I'm going to search for a property. Manatee, Anna Maria, Bradenton Beach, Anna Maria, Holmes Beach. I'm going to put a couple of places in there. And as I do this, it is populating this map. And you can pull out the map just a little bit. What you could do is use the snipping tool and snip this. And that could be part of your ad. So you're not showing an actual listing by some other person. You're showing these are the properties that are available. And then this picture you can link. So you could take the image, put it in any of your, so let's say I took this image and I saved it. I'm going to save it on my desktop as beach properties. Now remember, when you save images, you want to use keywords on those images, because Google will pick up the keywords from those images and include them in a search. So anything that you post that you're going to post, so I would put beach properties, I would put my name, put a dash, a hyphen between, if I could spell my name. I might put the name of my group. I might put Keller Williams. So I show up on searches, and that's going to be saved. So it's this image. And then let's say I want to, in that same email, I could put the image in here, just like I did this image. This image is linked. See, there's a link. Or on a blog, I could put that image. Let me see if I can go back to one of my blogs. And I can say, bring in an image. Oh, I have to upload the image first. I have to have it, so it's kind of goofy. But anyway, I can insert the image on a Craigslist. I can upload an image anywhere, and then you can link to that image. I don't know. Anya, do you remember if you can link on a Craigslist image, or do you have to do that in the code? Maybe that wouldn't be too difficult. Okay, I'm like getting, just trying to, I get there's comments, has to be in the code. Okay, so, but at some places, like on your websites, you know, if you design your website and you want to add, just like I did on wherever my website is in this mess of stuff, hold everything. So just like I did on the home page, I have an image, and these images are links. So sellers, my home value, it links to the seller page. You could put this picture that you snipped on some of the blogs. I use Blogger. It's a Google Blogger, and I can upload that image. So I'll run over there real quick here to show you if I can do that, and then I'll go to the comments before we move on. So I'm going to go to blogger.com, and hopefully it'll be signed in because I don't remember my passwords. Yeah. So Blogger has a new look. That's great. So I want to add a new post for Anna Maria Island Homes. I'm going to add a new post. And Blogger is easy. And here it says, okay, now do you want to add some images? Yes, I'm going to add an image. I'm going to upload the image. And I'm going to get it from my desktop. I'm going to go find it. Forgot what I called it. Probably passed it. It's a long one, beach properties. I'm going to open that. So this is easy. This is Blogger. Everybody can do it. I'm going to add the selected one. Here it is. And I'm going to make it, see if down here when you click on it, it says what you want to do. I'm going to close this. What do you want to do? You click on it. I want to make it extra large. And I want to move it over. Let me get back so I can get control here. Make it extra large. I want to move it over to the left. And now it has some kind of, hold on, let me get this. Now I want to add a link to it. So I'm going to click it, and I'm going to click to link it. And it's going to link to, God knows what did it link to, but hold on. I'm going to click to link. And it says, what do I want to link? And I'm going to go back to the page that had the search. I go back to the property search, and I find that search for the beach. And I go back here, Anna Maria, blah, 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 and here's the search, and I get the search results. And then I take the link from the top and copy it, and I go to Blogger, and here's my picture. What do I want to link it to? That's what I want to link it to. and I don't want to display text. I don't want to display that. I'll just get rid of it because the picture's the link, and I'm going to click OK. And now I have that picture linked. So now if I want to preview it, now of course there's no other words in there, but if I want to preview my ad, maybe, there we go. And this is what it looks like. And this is actually a link. Those words have to go away, but this would be a link, or it should be a link. Oh, maybe because I didn't publish it yet, it's not a link, but this is what it would look like. So it looks like it's too big. I would go in, I'd make it a little smaller, I'd make it large instead of extra large. I would not display the link up here. I would set it there. It would be displayed on the picture. And then, well, see, it's putting the link there. Anyway, that's how I would do it to get the picture in, if that makes any sense. All right, so that's creating, let me go back to this. That's creating them with eEdge, and then also creating them using your eAgency site there, using the property search on your eAgency site. I want to go back to eEdge for a minute because there's a trick on eEdge. When you have a single search that's bringing them to one property, so let's say you're advertising a particular property, an open house in the country club. So let's say, let me go to eEdge, and let's say I want to advertise that I'm having an open house, and it's going to be at this property. So here's the link up at the top that I would use in my open house post on Facebook, let's say. And then if someone clicks that, it'll take them back to this page. Now if you have a single property that you're trying to link to, at the end of this line, if you write syndicated, syndicated /1, at the top of that page, when it's a single property, you can't do it when it returns like multiple. When it's a single, you add syndicated 1, watch up here what happens. And so if you're going to post this as an open house, you want lead capture, and so you want to add syndicated 1. So if I do that, it's going to tell them, here's this property, but we have 8 others. You want to view them? And they click it, and then it asks them to register. So that's the good lead capture. Let me go back here. So that's what this for. So for a single custom search, add syndicated 1 to the custom search string. All right, I'm going to go to look at the question box, see where we are. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Anya, yeah, you're only supposed to have one Craigslist account according to the rules, I believe, of Craigslist. Now, Craigslist posters don't necessarily have just one account, but that's what you're supposed to do. So, you know, whether people follow it or not, whether I follow it or not, but that's the Craigslist rule. We don't always follow those Craigslist rules. I thought I could only advertise office listings on a blog or an ad. Yeah, the office listings, if you want to advertise anybody else's listings in your office, you have to get permission for that. And so it should be written permission. On your eAgency account, you can request to co-market with agents, and they give you permission. They click yes, and that would be considered written permission. On your eEdge website, you can't do that, so you might want to talk to the team leader or broker to see if you can put, the way you get listings on your website on eEdge as featured listings is your MLS ID. So if you are a team, you could put 2 MLS IDs maximum. If you want to get office listings and promote office listings, you have to get permission from the team leader or broker to put the office MLS ID. But as I mentioned, when we first started with these Craigslist challenges about 18 months ago, we were told to screen capture what was coming up in the IDX on our sites. We can't do that anymore. Craigslist said no, and the board said no. So the way I've gotten around that to show multiple houses is just doing a screen capture of the map. Okay. Yeah, Jing for free. Kelly's saying download Jing for free, which is true, but in February, Jing goes away and Snagit shows up. And Snagit's another TechSmith. You define J-I-N-G for Jing, which is the screen capture. That would be at TechSmith. That's the name of the company. They're doing away with Jing maybe Jing Pro. I have Jing Pro. They might have Jing, and they want me to get Snagit, so that might be something to look into. Okay. Right. Okay, Anya, that's a good point. Anya says she uses the different eEdge searches too, and I think, tell me if I'm right about this. When you are on your eEdge site and you've added your community served, if you click on community served, the eEdge people will automatically create some custom search strings for you over here. So this is Bradenton Real Estate. They'll create new listings, they'll create foreclosure listings, short sales, single family, and condos. And if you click one of those, you can use this at the top as your search string. So that's already pre-created for you. You don't have to do that. Okay. Yes, Blogger's good. Blogger's easy to use. It's straightforward. You can create your blogs there and copy them. Sometimes, like Craigslist, requires you to program in HTML. Well, none of us really are HTML programmers. So if you're on Blogger and you want to create this and then take it over to Craigslist, all you want to do is up here at the top, there's a button, HTML. You click that, and then you copy this, and that's your code for Craigslist. And you go to Craigslist and post it. So you can create everything under the Compose here, so you can see how pretty it is. And then once you have it exactly like you want it, you want to identify yourself, your information, put your phone number, then click the HTML button on Blogger, copy that, and that's your Craigslist ad. So that helps. Oh, yes. Okay, so of the gray. Okay, so the other thing that Anya does when she is doing some of her postings is she'll go to, let me go back here. See that sometimes once it does this, it's hard. Sometimes it doesn't get rid of these things. So let me go back. So I think what Anya's saying is, she'll do a snippet of, okay, so I think Anya's saying she's doing a snippet of this search box, this gray search box here, Bradenton Homes for Sale search box. Okay, yes, use different boxes for different neighborhoods. Right, so you can snip anything off of here. If you have the Pro system, I go to Market Insider. I do a lot of my ads snipping using the Snipping Tool on Market Insider page, and I save these. I have a folder with just pictures that I can upload and use in different times so I don't have to keep snipping. I just label them appropriately, and then I just take them and use them in different ads. So you can spend like half a day just coming up with different kinds of things to snip and identify it with the name so you know what it is, and then you can use those in your pictures. All right, let me see what else I had here. Okay, so that's the little trick that's syndicated 1, that is additional lead capture. And that's what, from here, when it's just a single string, a single property, then it tells the consumer that you have multiple. It keeps them on your website longer. And your e-agency site, we talked about that. WolfNet MLS Finder has a search creator that, let me see what's next. There we go. WolfNet has, WolfNet is the e-agency tool for, let me go here and try to talk and think together. Okay, so WolfNet is the IDX provider for the e-agency website. So you have an e-agency website, which was the original one, and then Keller